What is up, guys? In this week's little video, I'd like to discuss the free agency in the NFL that has gone on recently. So we've got a lot of people who have changed teams, some big names out there going to some definitely Super Bowl contending teams. But we also have big names like Jamal Charles and Adrian Peterson who are still out there on the market. Also on the market is Jay Cutler, LeGarrette Blount, although he may have just been signed by the Patriots, Dwight Freeney, Colin Kaepernick, Ryan Fitzpatrick. There's some big names, not the best, kind of old, but yeah, those are some of the guys that are out there. Some big signings that have happened, and these are signings that the players go to a new team. It's not like the team that they were on signed them. So we have Donatari Poe, who played with Kansas City. He's a defensive end or defensive tackle. He went to the Falcons, which is huge for them. That's a good pickup by them for sure, because their defense needs a little bit of work. And then Eddie Lacy, this is one of the bigger ones. He goes to the Seahawks. He's going to fit that style quite well. I know the Seahawks are paying him like $55,000 per 5 pounds that he loses. So that's a nice incentive to get him to lose his weight. And what Lacy said was that he wanted to mimic Marshawn Lynch's style. So, I mean, if he does that, Seahawks are going to be very, very good. We've got players like Lawrence Timmons going to the Miami Dolphins to help that linebacking core out. The two big wide receivers on the market, well, actually there were three pretty big wide receivers on the market, being Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, and DeSean Jackson. Marshall went to the Giants, which that's going to be interesting to see how Odell and Marshall work together. And then Jeffrey went to the Eagles, which is huge because the Eagles do need a lot of help at wide receiver, and that should help a ton. And then DeSean Jackson to Tampa Bay, which is also going to be interesting because you have Mike Evans, he plays that role of a deep threat, just like DeSean Jackson. So that's going to be an interesting duo as well. You also have Terrell Pryor, who went to the Redskins to help fill that vacant slot now of DeSean Jackson. I think he'll thrive there, especially with Kirk Cousins, as long as they can get him on the team. Let's see, we have Calais Campbell, who's a defensive end, and A.J. Bowie, who's a cornerback. They are both going to the Jaguars, so that's a big boost for the Jaguars on defense. Jaguars have still struggled year after year, even though it seems like their defense or offense is getting better. They just can't get it done, it seems. It's a little weird. It might be the coaching staff, but hopefully that helps them a little bit. And then the last one that's like big in my opinion is Martellus Bennett going to the Green Bay Packers. I mean, that's a big boost on offense. Bennett's getting old, but you saw what he did with the Patriots. He filled that role pretty nicely. So I think he'll do a good job in Green Bay, and I think they'll figure out how to use him in that really high power offense. Some just kind of like normal free agency signings. We have Latavius Murray, the Oakland running back, going to the Vikings, so that's going to be interesting. He's filling that slot that AP was in. Nate Allen, a safety, I believe, to the Dolphins. Nick Foles back to the Eagles, just in case maybe Wentz doesn't play as they want him to. And Brian Hoyer to San Francisco, I believe. And then the last one I have, there's many more, but Jared Cook to Oakland. Jared Cook is a tight end. So, yeah, another high-power offense getting some more guys to help them score. But overall this year, it's been pretty interesting on free agency, and there's still, like I said, AP and Jamal Charles are still out there for teams that might take him in. There's also a possibility of Marshawn Lynch coming back and playing for Oakland. And that's like the only team he'll come and play for. But very interesting there, that situation. He might come back, make a return.